Make the same.
All right. Oh, I just have it.
Good morning.
State your name, please.
My name is Amy Hudson.
Right from the first word, you can feel the weight in Amy's voice. This isn't just testimony, it's trauma relived in real time. She's not here for sympathy. She's here for accountability.
M-E-E, last name's Hudson, H-U-D-S-O-N.
All right, go ahead.
So on August 31st, you changed my life forever. You made the decision to get behind the wheel of a car drunk. You drove into the back of my car. I was sitting at a stoplight. Not only did you drive drunk, but you were speeding. I will never forget the sound that haunts me to this day. By throwing me around in the car like I weighed nothing after the pressure of your vehicle blew out the back tire sitting in the driver's seat, which broke, by the way, along with the seatbelt. The airbags burning into me and the pain. I honestly don't remember much about getting out of the car, except for the look on the passerby face. The driver's door was broken. It took both of us to get me out. He stood there with tears running down his face, telling me not to swallow due to the blood pouring from my mouth and face. From my nose and mouth, excuse me. The pain from my left side and hip was worse than pain I'd ever described, that I could not even realize I was bleeding, burned on my elbow. My left hand was completely damaged. I ended up going to the same hospital, to the same ER as you. You did not know it, but I was in line in front of you. As I cried in pain, I listened to you laughing and joking with the officers. Not once did you ask about...
Notice how she measures her suffering in time, not just pain. 7 weeks on crutches, 7 days bedridden. Every number remind her how one drunk decision reshaped her life. This is what impact statements are meant to do, make consequences human again.
The other driver, or what you did, or what was going on. There was no remorse. For nearly 7 weeks, I was on crutches. This did not include the 7 days beforehand that I was completely bedridden. I cannot drive past that street without shaking. If someone comes up behind me too fast at a stoplight, it's hard for me to even breathe at times. You did this to me. You made the choice to drive drunk. The permanent effects from this vehicle accident that I have to live with the rest of my life, just to state a few. I have permanent scars from the burns from the airbags. I will never get to feel what it feels like to put a ring on my wedding finger again. It is damaged to be unfixed. I walk with a limp. I have permanent...
And here's the gut punch. Victims are the ones that pay. It's raw, it's bitter, and it reflects a real frustration many survivors feel when legal outcomes seem lighter than the pain inflicted. Amy's not just addressing the defendant. She's calling out the system itself.
Damage done to the side of my face, to the right side of my face. I have permanent damage done to the left side of my whole body that will never be able to be repaired. After grueling months of physical therapy, which I'm still going through, multiple surgeries, I will never get any of that time back. The only income that came out of this was that I learned one thing about the justice system, and that is that they're not always your friends. The victims are the ones that pay, and the criminals are the ones that are made to look like the heroes. I have fought every single day for my voice to be heard. I have fought every day for the insurance companies, for justice to be served as today, and for you to be sentenced for this. I am asking for the court to give you the highest recommendation can be, including having it be to where anytime you get into a vehicle, you have to blow. I'm also asking for the restitution, which does not even cover half of what I've lost or what I've had to pay for. It's only for what I could find the receipts for of the rental vehicles and for the towing, which is $2,700, I believe $40.21. Thank you.
Well, first of all, I have $2,720.80.
I did not have the amount in front of me.
Oh,
Is the reason why I was saying that. I did not have that. And that does not include, that's only the receipts I could find of the rental. I had a loaner vehicle. So that's what I was driving. So while they were the insurance companies were fighting, I had to rent a vehicle until he could get his money.
This is a turning point. Watch closely. The body language softens, the tone cracks. It's not a scripted apology. It's a human collapse. Whether it's remorse or desperation, this moment forces everyone in the room and watching to pause.
Back, and then he proceeded to work on my vehicle. So but that was.
What are you telling me that there's additional restitution?
Yes, there is, but I'm not charging for that because I could not provide the receipts. I only had until May 7th. And unfortunately, one of the places that I rented the vehicles from closed their doors at the end of last year. So I was not able to get the original, the receipts for that one.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, if I may, I'd like to make a direct apology to Ms. Hudson.
You may.
May I turn and face her?
Okay.
I'm so
Now we shift from emotion to law. The judge faces an impossible balance: punishment or rehabilitation. This isn't a violent felony. It's a DUI with lasting harm. So the question becomes, how do you sentence both a crime and a conscience?
sorry. I'm so sorry. I take full responsibility. And I'm so sorry for the damage that I caused to you and to the hurt that I caused to you. If I could take it back, if I could undo it, I would. I would completely undo it. I will never do anything like this again. I'm sorry.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
And is there anything you want to tell the court before I impose?
Same, Your Honor. I'm sorry, and I'm deeply regretful. I've learned from this. I think about this every single day. I do have complete remorse. I do have complete regret. And I intend to never repeat anything like this experience again.
This is not a serious misdemeanor as defined by statute. However, believes there are reasonable grounds to depart from the presumption of a non-probationary sentence. The alcohol screening and assessment identifies the benefit of outpatient treatment, AA meeting attendance, and monitored abstinence from all intoxicants. Therefore, the court will follow the recommendation of probation for a probationary sentence with the stated rehabilitative goals to promote change, prevent recidivism, and to monitor compliance of recommended treatment.
That's huge. Paying restitution in full, right there in court, sends a strong signal of responsibility. Judges notice that. It's rare, and it often influences whether someone walks out free or walks out cuffed.
For the sentence of the court, I will place you on 18 months probation. You're to pay $855 fines and court costs, $100 prosecution recovery costs, $100 police agency recovery costs, $540 probation oversight fees, $2,720.82 restitution. That is payable to Amy Hudson, but that is payable through the court. What can you pay today?
We're prepared to pay that in full today.
Pardon?
We are prepared to pay in full today, Your Honor.
Everything today?
Yes,
All
sir.
right. And you do have then the restitution in cash, correct?
Yes, sir. We
Okay, very good. All right, all of that is payable today. There is to be no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal substance. You'll be subject to random testing as requested by probation. You are to complete the Dawn Farm outpatient program, including all aftercare recommendations with status reports to probation.
Yes, Your Honor.
You are to attend one AA meeting per week with monthly verification to probation. You're to provide proof of the victim's impact panel attendance to probation that has, to my understanding, been completed.
Your Honor.
I will continue to scram tether for an additional 30 days in lieu of 4 days in jail. All other 93 days in jail. Credit one. The balance is suspended.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
What a powerful and emotionally charged sentencing. This case, People vs. Jessica Duff, is one of those moments that captures the full weight of personal accountability in a courtroom. From start to finish, we watched two lives collide, literally and figuratively, through a tragedy born from a single reckless decision. Driving under the influence. Let's break down what just happened. Jessica Duff's defense began with a strong appeal for leniency, highlighting her full payment of restitution, completed sobriety program, and 6 months of clean scram monitoring. On paper, she looked like the model of post-offense rehabilitation. But then everything shifted when the victim, Amy Hudson, took the stand. Her testimony wasn't just words, it was pain made audible. Every detail she recounted, from the sound of the crash to the burns on her arms, painted a vivid portrait of lifelong trauma. Hudson's statement reminds us that DUI cases aren't accidents in the moral sense. They're preventable tragedies. She spoke about permanent scarring, loss of mobility, and the ongoing fear she feels at stoplights. Perhaps most striking was her memory of hearing Duff laughing in the ER, a moment that contrasted heartbreakingly with the physical agony she herself was in. That single image crystallized the emotional divide between victim and offender. When Duff finally turned to apologize, the courtroom shifted again. Her apology was direct, even tearful. And though remorse can't undo harm, the sincerity in her voice likely weighed heavily in the judge's decision. Judge Dan Garr faced the classic judicial dilemma: punishment versus rehabilitation. Should a single bad night erase a lifetime of effort to recover, or should recovery itself be recognized as progress? His ruling struck a middle path. Instead of jail time, Duff received 18 months probation, mandatory AA meetings, continued sobriety monitoring, and restitution, all paid in full that very day. In legal terms, this is called a probationary sentence with rehabilitative goals. It signals that the court believes in change but demands accountability every step of the way. Now, was that fair? That's where the debate begins. On one side, supporters of restorative justice argue this sentence ensures ongoing treatment and keeps Duff under strict supervision. On the other, critics may feel that physical scars and lifelong trauma deserve a harsher penalty. And that's where you, the audience, come in. Do you think justice was served here? Should remorse and restitution outweigh jail time in DUI cases? There's also a broader takeaway. Hudson's courage to speak out ensures that victims aren't forgotten in the process. Her raw honesty reminds the justice system, and all of us, that every number in a case file hides a human story. Meanwhile, Duff's sobriety journey shows that accountability and redemption can coexist, but only when the offender truly faces the consequences head-on. In the end, this wasn't just a sentencing, it was a moral crossroads. We witnessed justice being balanced, inch by inch, between pain and progress. And as we move to the next case, one thing's clear: the courtroom isn't just a place where laws are applied. It's where lives are measured, where choices echo, and where second chances come with conditions. If you found this case as shocking and thought-provoking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns. We dive deep into real-world justice, the rulings, the reactions, and the reality behind every verdict. Stay tuned, because the next case might just leave you questioning what justice truly means.